ourselves, always judging other people. So there's this level of attunement on top of just general attunement of masculine and feminine. And in the dance of masculine and feminine, there's a leader and there's a follower. Okay, a leader and a follower. How many people have done ballroom dancing or swing dancing or something like that? Okay? All right. Okay, so when you do that, there's a leader and a follower, right? I mean, right? You know, so what if you, so you're a woman. So you go out on the dance floor and then you start and the guy is waiting for you to lead. You know, music's going. You know, and he's waiting for you to lead. I mean, how does that feel? You know, yuck. You know, what if you're a guy and you take her out on the floor and all of a sudden she starts swinging you around. She starts leading. You know, the guys are going, yeah. Okay, well, that's eroticism. You know, you start making love, there's a leader and a follower. And you know, it can be very, 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 very subtle. For instance, often you change roles in lovemaking. You know, a guy goes from being on top, all of a sudden she's active, and so on. But you know, there's somebody in this who has someone who basically is supporting. Sometimes it's both people, but usually there's a leader and a follower, almost always. And the leader is in the masculine role in the sexual occasion. And the more that the leader feels that and surrenders his feminine to the feminine, the more the feminine surrenders her masculine, the greater the distance between that masculine and feminine pole, the greater the erotic charge, the greater the erotic polarity. And the art of lovemaking, the art of eroticism, the art of erotic polarity is maintaining them, and both people cooperating in that dance. And so she offers love through the body. She offers devotional surrender to his best self. He offers her depth of consciousness. He stays attuned to her. Most men get off more on women's pleasure, or masculine partners get off more on their feminine partner's pleasure. They want her to get off. They like that. And so there's less movement, breath, and sound from the masculine partner, more movement, breath, and sound from the feminine partner. Feminine partner, as a masculine partner, I don't particularly want my feminine partner to have depth of consciousness. I want her to be lost in the moment. I want her to lose herself in the moment, to trust me enough in the dance, to lose her sense of self. And when I get too distracted by her pleasure, I start getting into my feminine, you know, losing my sense of self. It's like I'm stepping on her foot, you know, in the salsa, you know, sex. And, you know, yeah. And if couples have this fixed mindset standard, good lovers don't step on each other's foot. Or if he loved me, he wouldn't do that. Or if she loved me, she wouldn't react. That does it for that sexual occasion. And that's a big deal, because John Gottman in his research on couples found that with healthy couples, couples that loved each other, if one person felt that the other person had turned, if someone made a bid for some kind of connection, and they felt that other person had turned against them or turned away, they only repeated that bid 1 out of every 5 times. And if they were couples that didn't get along, they never repeated it. A couple of bad lovemaking sessions, and all of a sudden there's a spiral going down. And what if we can't talk about it? And also, what if it's somehow not politically correct to be the follower or to be the leader? You know, what if when we make love, I have to be equally connected to my masculine and feminine? You have to be equally connected to your masculine and feminine. And then, of course, this is the green issue. You know, the green is communitarian. Spiral dynamics, does everybody know what I'm referring to? Anybody? We go through stages. And this is the other integral aspect of erotic polarity. So we can feel eroticism and erotic polarity basically from birth onward. But what are our levels of consciousness from birth onward? Well, they're very egocentric when we're young. And so what kind of eroticism do little kids engage in when, in the rare situation when there's age-appropriate sexual play with little kids? Which, by the way, is not sanctioned by this culture, and you can't really talk about it to anybody. In my first 4 books, I had a section in each one of those books where there was a 4-year-old, 8-year-old, 11-year-old something engaged in age-appropriate sexual activity, getting busted by somebody, having